Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I have a really odd, interesting idea, and I figured we'd talk about it. Now, I have to say, I don't have any idea where this idea came from, and I'm not claiming to be the original person with the idea, nor do I think it matters once you kind of understand what I'm talking about here. It's all hypothetical and something that I think would be really cool. What if Overwatch had a Battle Royale or Battlegrounds mode? Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, it's your PUBGs, your H1Z1s, your Fortnites, and hear me out on this because I've tried to think of how this would work. And the thing is the Battle Royale mode in that game type in general is becoming super popular because it's just a very casually, like, jump in and play. You know what I mean? And it's a great mode to just bring people to your game, and it's a great mode specifically for games that already have a primary focus like Fortnite and like other games that may develop it in the future, because it brings people to your potential business model to drive in, new customers. Now, that said, you have to know that there's BR fans out there that don't care about comp and don't care about team comps and stuff like that, and would play it just because it's a really cool game mode. So I want to talk about how this could work and whether or not I think Overwatch will do it or should do it or anything like that. So the way it would work, in my opinion, is best if they kind of market it or develop it as a normal soldier, like someone that fought in the Bnet crisis, or something like that, just a regular person. Now, the weapons that we would use, I definitely think would have to be either very general weapons that they could develop kind of around the lore of Overwatch, which would be cool, but I don't think it would be as fun as having the literal weapons that some of our heroes use now. I think the fun part about this is because it's kind of like a weapon pickup. I think you can add all kinds of weapons. So you could have melee weapons pretty much from any hero. I mean, if you have a weapon on the ground, now all the melees could do the same amount of damage, but how cool would it be if there were melee weapons for every hero? So like a Mercy Staff, you can pick that up and put that on your character, or a Genji Knife, or something like that. As for kind of like the low end weapons, or like your pistols, you could have like the cool pistols in the game, or like certain heroes' primary fires potentially. Obviously they may have to be tuned, and this whole game mode might have to be tuned a little bit differently, maybe not, who knows, but Mercy Pistol, or something cool like that, just to kind of add a different perspective to Overwatch and playing with these weapons and in this universe. Now, normal guns, Soldier 76, Widowmaker Sniper, and I don't quite know or have a thought on how ammo would work. I do think that you would have to somehow resupply, or maybe they could create a different version of a Battlegrounds where there are resupply bases everywhere, and you have to go and sit in the ring or sit in the hill to get a resupply and kind of refill a certain gun or certain set of weapons. And I think it would be cool if you could swap between different types of weapons, and if they developed a whole map or like a giant battleground or just something totally different. From that point, I guess it's time to talk about whether or not I think this could ever happen, and should Blizzard do this. To say whether or not I think it will happen, I'm gonna say no. I don't think Blizzard feels like they need this mode, or I don't think anybody really thinks that Overwatch would need this mode to drive, new players to the game. And ultimately, if you're really looking at it, it's basically a brand new title. It would take a ton of development. It would probably take a full team of at minimum, say 10 people to run this particular project and get the assets set up and work on the balance and the map. So it would probably be more than that. It's a huge project. And I just think because of the popularity of the mode with other games, it maybe would not want to be a territory that Blizzard wants to step into. That said, I could be wrong on that. It could be the exact opposite. Because of the popularity of the mode, maybe Blizzard wants to directly step into it because of how successful it is, and they think that they could bring more people into a free-to-play model, which is phenomenal, and then earn, more and more money for the loot boxes. And they could even develop items that go with this. Maybe your soldier, maybe you have an entirely different loadout just for your Battle Royale soldier that you can customize, and they can create skins and add Overwatch League skins on top of it, and different weapon skins for that mode specifically, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So I gotta say, should they do it? I don't know. It's a really hard thing to say. I personally think that even if the mode wasn't great, like even if it was just something arbitrary like the team deathmatch modes and the free-for-all modes, something that doesn't matter, I think if they could find a way to develop it without having to, you know, rip their team apart to make it happen, and, you know, put some effort into the balance, put some effort into how it would work without, you know, pulling away from the focus of the primary game, I think you should undeniably do it. I think it adds a huge amount of potential to bring in new people and just a totally different dynamic on how to play with these guns and in this universe. So that's really my thought. I don't think it'll ever happen, if I'm totally honest, but just think about how cool that could be. I genuinely think it could be insane. And it wouldn't even have to be like 100 players. Like I think a 50-person server, or even like a 30-person, 40-person server, you know, on one map, something really big, maybe a big training grounds, or you know, some like a leftover battleground from the lore, something that they could use this as a tool for storytelling, additional to just having a really cool mode. So let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I think it would be crazy. I think more and more games should do something like this to bring popularity, and more games should do this as fan service to people that enjoy that type of game, because I personally love PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I used to love H1Z1 before PUBG, and I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, but I think it's still really cool for, you know, the niche and the genre that it's trying to pursue and fill. So what do you think in the comments section down below? Should they make a Battle Royale? Will they? Would they? Is it ever possible? Or am I just totally crazy? Let me know. Again, thanks for checking out this video. Please not leaving out leaving a like, and I'll see you on the next video.
Do you feel your bones start shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat take you over? You just